We're going international, and today I'm going to France. I'm going to do my variation today. The only thing that I'm not going to do that I've seen in a lot of recipes is carrot in there. And I chose not to do carrot because I don't like my sauce sweet, and I do find carrot makes it a little sweet. So I'm just going to do the way I do it. First off, I'm going to start with some onions. Okay, I'm going to make the sauce for the bottom of it, and then I'm going to show you how I do the stacks. Right, so I'm going to put some onions in there. And I'm going to add some garlic. I have my chopped up garlic ready. So we're going to make sure that they get the translucent. And then I'm going to add red peppers. And then I'm going to put some fresh parsley that I chopped up earlier. If you like a sweet sauce, you can put the carrots in at this point. Then I'll put some salt in as well. Some salt. A quick reminder to wash your tins, and we're going to add some crushed tomatoes. I'm not going to go all the way because it's going to end up falling in, and I don't want it to fall in. I'm going to let that cook. You let this cook for about 15-20 minutes. I made one earlier, so I'll stack with that. You'll see what I'm talking about when I stack. So I'll just let it cook up. All right, so I made a sauce so I could do the stacking. It's all cooked in now. We have 4 vegetables here. One of them said potatoes, but I'm not going to put potatoes in it. But the other recipe said these are the main core ingredients that you stack with. I actually did a round one before, and it's a lot trickier than the rectangle one. But you try and keep things the same size. You see, they're not really the same size, but I'm going to do my best anyway. They do have Chinese eggplant that's around the same size. So we're going to make our stacks. And then what we're going to do, we're going to start stacking from there. Then we're going to do a tomato, a squash, and then a zucchini. And then we're just going to keep on stacking. I had to cut the eggplants in half. And what you're going to do, when this is all stacked up, when this is completely finished, we're going to put aluminum foil on it, and then we're going to kind of steam the vegetables in the oven. And then the last 20 minutes, you're going to take it off and let it like toast up, and then just put your herbs and that on the top. You can put your fresh herbs and things like that on the top. I used this tin foil this morning for the one that I finished earlier. So I'm going to use that again for the same one when I finish stacking. So this is my end dish. It was a little tricky, this one. If you go down, like it was like gorgeous. You know, a little hard to get the circle. I was like, oh, they look so beautiful in some of these pictures, but
it's beautiful.
And my water of the week is mango and lemon. And I used actually a sparkling water this morning just for a little something different rather than a flat water.
I'm making something called caponata. It's an Italian eggplant salad, and specifically from Sicily. It's a Sicilian eggplant salad. This is more of like a warm eggplant salad type of thing. It's not like a cold salad. So what I have going on right now in the pan is I had some olive oil and 2 like mini eggplants that I cubed. I had some onion and some celery. So it's 2 stalks of celery, 1 onion, and 2 medium eggplant. It's been sauteing for like 10-15 minutes. It's nice and soft. And that's the base of our salad. So now we're going to build up on it. And it's more like a mezza type of dip or salad. But mezza it translates into small plate. So this is like that type of salad. Like if you would go to an Italian restaurant, they give in the beginning with bread, they give probably some of this salad with some other smaller salads as like a dip, like a small salad. So we have that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1/4 cup of chopped tomatoes. So I have my tomatoes chopped. There's some really interesting flavors in here. So I have my tomatoes in here, and that's going to sit and also stew down nicely with the eggplant. And don't worry about it getting mushy. This is going to be more of a mushy type of salad. So we're going to let the tomatoes go. Then you're going to get some olives. You want green olives. And this adds a really interesting flavor to this salad as well. So we're going to let that sit. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of capers. Capers is used a ton in Italian cooking. I happen to love capers. If you don't, you can definitely leave these out. But I really, really love them, especially when they're cooked in foods. I think it gives such a nice flavor. I don't love them raw, but I really do like them cooked in foods. And you're already starting to see how nicely this like salad is coming together. And I don't like to use the word salad, which is why I'm going to keep using the word mezza, like a mezza salad, because there's a lot of like Middle Eastern, Italian types of these like smaller plate types of salads. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. When all of this boils together, it's going to come really nicely. And the red wine vinegar is going to help make it like a little bit thicker. And then we're gonna use a little bit of sugar. It's really fine. It's 2 tablespoons. It's nothing. You're not even gonna eat 2 tablespoons when we're eating the salad. So it's really not a lot of sugar at all. But it does help kind of mend those flavors together really nicely. And it also does help like thicken up the sauce. Then the last thing we're going to do is add some salt and pepper. And then I'm gonna put a little bit so I can show you how I'm gonna top it. But then I'm gonna let this sit for about 10-15 minutes on a simmer. So we have some salt and pepper. I'm gonna mix that up. Obviously you do that to taste. There's no amounts of salt and pepper. That's however you like it. I'm gonna show you how this looks, and then I'm gonna put a little bit just to show you. I like to top it with some basil. It smells so delicious. I'll show you what this looks like all together. And I'm gonna put some in the bowl here, just a little bit, because I want to let this sit. I just want to show you the final product. It'll let that sit now. So you want to bring it to a boil, but you're gonna let it just sit for like 10-15 minutes. And then you want to put a little basil on top. Italians love basil, as do I. I'm just gonna put a little bit of basil on top like that. And when you serve it, you can serve it in like a little dish with bread or whatever it is that you're going to eat it with. Put some crackers and you put a little basil on the serving dish and it smells so good. I can't even tell you, it smells delicious. I'm going to let this simmer now. I'm going to cover it for 10-15 minutes, but it's not really going to change the look of it. All it's going to do is just really thicken up. And that's it. And it's super easy thing. It's also a really good meal prep thing to have.